Hey everybody, it's Marshmallow here. This is my Descendants 2 top 5 theories. So I'm going to be laying down to you guys some 5 theories and putting them down for you all. Five theories that I think that should be in Descendants 2. They're kind of really crazy theories. They're like kind of strange. So I guess, you know, if you guys like strange Descendants 2 theories, that's okay. But yeah, this is going to be my top 5. So yeah, but some of the theories are going to be about this one theory. So number 5 is going to be a big theory. It's going to be my actual one that I want. But then the other 4 are going to be like that one. Like the other 4 are going to be, it's going to be that theory, but I'm going to twist some things around in the other 4. You guys know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to do this one theory that's going to be the main one, and then there's going to be others that are like that one, but it has a different twist to them. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I hope you guys like it. Let's go. So number 5. I talked about this in my Descendants live stream. If you guys saw, I watched the movie live. I didn't put it on the screen or anything. It's actually my first ever live stream that I ever did, so it's not really that good. I don't think you guys should even go check it out. You guys can if you want. It's got over 1,000 views, so I'm satisfied with it. I don't think it needs any more views. But if you guys want to go check it out, I mean, I guess you can. I watched the movie a week early, but I watched it again on live stream with all of you. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, you don't have to go watch it if you want to, if you don't want to. But I said this in the live stream, is that my number 5, okay, I have to explain it to you. Okay, so in the end of Descendants, if you guys remember, when Mal and Maleficent, the third act of the movie, where Maleficent turns into the dragon, she terrorizes everybody, and Mal does the spell, and they look into each other's eyes. Now in the live stream, and stay with me here, because this is kind of crazy. In the live stream, I said, what if Maleficent had casted a last-minute spell and had switched bodies with Mal? Okay, so I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy that they would switch bodies, right? But there are so many clues as to how this works. And I think that it is different, but it could still work. I don't know. We'll see. But here's what I think. I think at the end of Descendants, you remember when Mal's turned around, she's like, you didn't think this was the end of the story. It had like the evil eyes. So that's a clue to me thinking, you know, I'm speculating that is Maleficent making the evil eyes, right? And that they switched bodies. Because, you know, both of their eyes glowed green, so I think that Maleficent could have cast that spell, and Mal and Maleficent could have switched bodies, right? And so, here's my other part of the theory. So, Maleficent can turn into this dragon. We all know that from the not Beauty and the Beast. We all know that from Sleeping Beauty. So, if she can do that, can Mal do the same thing? Like, can she turn into a dragon? But she's young. She doesn't know all of her powers yet. She barely even, did any good magic with her spellbook, right? Like, she did a few things. She learned how to do magic, but it wasn't like anything like Maleficent probably could do. Because Maleficent has had years of practice. So what if Mal had tried to do a spell to make her the lizard, right? Like, as Maleficent is in the movie, you know, she turns into that little tiny lizard, that baby lizard, maybe. But what if it had backfired and turned her into the lizard, and Maleficent had used a spell to transform their bodies or something? I don't know, but what if that could happen, right? And then Maleficent was in Mal's actual body, playing along through the whole time. Because if you guys don't know, Wicked World, of course, you guys know Wicked World, the shorts, the animated series, and also the Genie in a Bottle, all of that is connected in Descendants. Like, it's all a connected universe, right? So what if Maleficent had been posing as Mal the whole time in Mal's body, right? I don't know, it just makes sense to me. Like, it seems like that would be what they would do, and then that would set up the story for the second movie. I think that's a good idea, and then I'm going to tell you guys some other theories as to how this could happen. So what do you guys think about that? Like, do you think that would be really weird, but also really cool for them to do that? Now, another thing is, I don't know, like, through this whole Wicked World and all that stuff, I don't know if Maleficent would be able to pull that off that long, so that's another reason why I think the theory might not pan out, is just because it might take too long. I don't know, that's just what I think. I think, though, that the end with the Mal's eye, like, you didn't think this was the end of the story, and the eyes, and the spell, I think it's totally possible that they could have switched bodies. Like, I don't know. But that just would be weird, but it would be also pretty cool. And then, like, through Descendants 2, Evie and, like, Jay and Carlos would be freaked out because, like, Mal's acting strange. Like, I don't know, it just seems like that would be a really cool storyline. So what do you guys think? And then by the end of the movie, like, Jay, Evie, and Carlos have to save Mal. I don't know, I just think that would be really cool. So that's my first, number 5, my theory. Number 4, this is a theory that, again, it's the same theory, but I've twisted it around to make it different, alright? So stay with me. Alright, so we do know that there's going to be new characters, right? There's going to be new characters in the movie. We have Uma, which is Ursula's daughter, played by China Anne McClain. You guys can go check out my video about that. I made a video about that. It has over 100 views. So you guys seem to be enjoying it, so that's pretty cool. So if you guys go watch it again if you guys want to, or share it with some of your friends that also want to see some more Descendants content. But anyway, in that video I talked about how Ursula's daughter is Uma, and that's going to be played by China Anne McClain. And it's also confirmed, it is confirmed that Captain Hook's daughter or son, I can't remember, is going to be in the movie. I think it was his son. And then also Gaston's children. And Mikey Lynn pointed out to me, which is one of my viewers, Mikey Lynn pointed out to me in my Descendants Uma video that Gaston in the books, in the storyline, which is, what is it, Isle of Lost and then Return to the Isle of Lost, I believe. In the books he had 2 twins. And I think Mikey Lynn said they were 2 twin boys, or it was a boy and a girl twin. I don't know. I can't even remember. I also made a video where I talked about Blackbeard could have twins, so I guess that's pretty funny that Gaston actually has twins. So that was like a theory I had about Blackbeard, because someone wanted to know who I wanted in Descendants 2. I wanted Blackbeard. But Captain Hook's pretty cool too. But anyway, I don't know if I would put Gaston having twins. That would be pretty, that would be too much. Like, too many characters. Because I feel like Disney Channel has a tendency to, do too many characters. It's like, for example, Adventures in Babysitting has so many characters in it, you kind of I want to see more of that, but then I want to see more of, Jenny or something, or I want to see more of Lola, or then I want to see more of, all of those characters, and then, what else? I'm trying to think of, High School Musical has a lot of characters, I don't know, and then, that's why they gave Sharpay the spin-off or something, because, people wanted to see more of Sharpay. That didn't make sense. I would have liked to see more of, I don't know, Corbin Bleu in a spin-off. That would make more sense than Sharpay. But, you know what I mean? Some Disney Channel movies have, too many characters. So I feel and then, not because they have, they can't juggle that many, because Kenny Ortega is a pretty great director, but it's if you have too many, if you have all of the characters you had in First Descendants, including, the bonus characters like Doug and, all of them, and, 3 or 4 new characters, and, Ursula's probably gonna have to be in the movie too, so, 5 characters maybe. It's that's pretty much a lot, too many characters, right? But anyway, back to my theory. If the kids are there, the new villain kids, Gaston's twins, Captain Hook's child, and Uma, I have a theory that Mal, but Maleficent, it's Maleficent in Mal's body, could travel back to the Isle and recruit them, because, remember, we don't know what happened to, Evil Queen and Jafar and Cruella. So if Maleficent doesn't have them to back her up now, then she's going to recruit the children of the other villains, right? And then take over Ardon. I can't even remember how to pronounce it. I haven't seen the movie in so long. But she could try to take over, right? That would be a really cool thing, to take over the world with the other villain kids. And, that would be pretty cool. It's kind of like X-Men Apocalypse, if you guys have seen that movie, where Apocalypse has the 4 horsemen, and he's my children, you will take over the world. So it's kind of like Maleficent's doing the same thing with the villain kids. That would be really cool. I think that would be a really great thing to do in Descendants 2. Now, next, what else do I have? So I have number 3, and then this, again, same big theory, same overall theory, except it's twisted again. So what if Maleficent didn't need help? She didn't need the other villain kids. So Carlos, Jay, and Evie recruited the other villain kids. What if they recruited them? And to stop Maleficent, and they all used, their abilities to stop her. That would be even great. That would be even better than the first one. Because I think that would be really cool to see, them change Uma and, all the other ones, and China Anne McClain be involved, and all these other actors and characters, be together and try to take down Maleficent. That would be pretty cool. What do you guys think about that one? Comment down below. Which one of these is your favorite so far, okay? Which one of them is your favorite? Alright. So number 2, we're getting down the line where I don't have any more of the switching body stuff. There's no more of that theorizing. So let's get on with that. Again, what do you guys think about the whole overall picture where it's Maleficent switching bodies with Mal? Do you guys think that's a good idea, or do you guys think that's not really? But anyway, we're getting through with that. We're going to kind of talk about that through these other 2. But they're mostly their own theory. So number 2 is, what if, okay, get this. I'm not trying to trick you guys. I'm not trying to trick you. Okay? But this is a pretty good theory. So what if, basically, they flash forward? I don't know. It's a weird thing. But what if they flash forward a few years? Like, right? And they would, like, do the story from then on. If they just flash forward, I mean, I know it's kind of hard to do that because the actors, you know, they basically say the same. But this movie was filmed a long time ago. Descendants, you guys remember, it was filmed a pretty while back. You can kind of tell the difference between the cast. Like, Dove Cameron looks way different than she did. Cameron Boyce, like, that's probably the one that's transformed the most. So it's like, the actors have grown, because the movie was shot in, like, what, 2014, right? And the movie came out in 2015, so that's 2 years ago. So they would look different. So what if they just flash forward, and then, because you guys remember, in the movie Descendants, the first one, Ben was like, I want to get all the other villain kids a chance. Like, this is my new generation. Like, we invite these four, the worst of the worst, and then open up for everybody else. So, my theory is that they flash forward a couple of years and show Uma arriving and, like, make the movie more about them than it is the originals. And then, like, they can, I don't know, like, and they could do, like, a storyline where everybody gets their own. Like, Jay would have to be with the Gaston twins, and, like, Evie would be with Captain Hook's child. Like, whatever it is, like a daughter or son, whatever. And then Uma could be with, like, Carlos, right? And they kind of do this whole thing where it's, like, the new proclamation. So I think that's my other theory, is that they could flash forward. I don't think I would, though. I mean, maybe they could a few months. I don't think, like, because again, the actors are going to look so different because this movie was filmed a long while back ago, and they've been promoting it, and so they look different, right? Like, you can tell Dove Cameron. I think mostly Sophia Carson looks a lot more different. Maybe it's because she doesn't have blue hair. But anyway, Sophia Carson and I think Cameron Boyce is the one that changed the most, just because he's the youngest, I think, out of the group. Maybe. I don't know for that for sure, but it looks like it. And he's, like, grown a little bit more. Like, he looks taller and stuff. So everybody looks pretty much taller. So I think that they do need to flash forward maybe a few months, not like a whole 2 years. But I just think that that's what I think, is that they need to flash forward a few years and do the new proclamation like Ben was talking about in the first movie. All right, so that's my number 2. So number 1. All right, so this is my number 1 theory. What if, and this is, again, it's not going to be totally like the 5th one, but it's going to be, this one is going to go back to that Mal and Maleficent switching bodies. So what if Mal and Maleficent did switch bodies, alright, and they did flash forward 2 years, like I said in the last theory, but Maleficent in Mal's body marries Ben, okay? That's just what I'm thinking. Because by that time, they would probably be, like, I don't know if they would have graduated. Well, I don't think they would have graduated high school yet. But they could have gotten married out of high school. I don't know, like, who knows? Who knows for sure? But what if they did get married? Okay, what if they were just planning to get married young? That's the thing. And this theory is pretty much crazy. But what if they did? And Ben was getting sucked in by Maleficent, and Ben became the villain! What if he became the villain of Descendants 2? Now, I'm not saying that it's gonna happen. This is probably the worst theory out of all of my 5. Because, like, the other 5, 4, and 3, those are pretty good. But 2 is okay. This is pretty bad. But what if Maleficent had changed him into a villain and they had to rescue Carlos, Evie, and Jay had to rescue Ben? Now, I don't know if that would leave the new characters. I mean, again, my recruit theory is that they could get recruited. But I don't know about that. But it's possible. But I just think that they could get recruited by either or, like Maleficent or the others. But I don't know who. So that I don't know where they'll leave them. But I just think that would be a really crazy theory. Like, they get married, Ben becomes a villain, and they have to take him down. That's just a big theory I have. It's not really that good of a theory, I know. But it is possible, okay? So I'm just saying, it's probably never ever going to happen. Maybe Descendants 3, but, like, not Descendants 2. Like, that would never happen. But, you know, regardless of the storyline, I just think that's a pretty cool, like, crazy. That's more like a fan fiction. That's not really a theory for a movie. But I don't know. I just wanted to throw it in there. So what did you guys think of all my 5 theories? Which is your favorite? I'm probably going to leave a poll down, like, in the card section so you guys can vote which theory is the best. But I'm just saying, that's probably what I'm gonna, I don't know which one you're gonna vote, but it's probably never gonna happen. But anyway, so what did you guys think? Comment down below. Which theory is your favorite? Comment in the comments, and don't forget to vote of which theory is also your favorite. Links up there to my other bonus videos. Links down there to my Twitter, Instagram, Vine, vlog channel, and gaming channel, not Sims anymore. Gaming channel. Like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye. Happy Descendants!